This video is being brought to you by Bellesa, and we're doing a huge giveaway, so stay tuned for more details. I have a absolutely insane amount of books to haul for you today, and this isn't even all the books. There is another stack next to me. So yeah, let's do this book haul, you guys. Alright, so before we dive into the haul, I do just want to say that this video is brought to you by Bellesa. Bellesa is an incredible sexual wellness company that is developed by women. They are a company that operates under the belief that sex should be fun and empowering and that everyone deserves pleasure. So I really love that. I'm so excited to be working with them, and I'm excited to be sharing this giveaway with you. So let me tell you a little bit about their toys. So they did send me two. They sent me their Air Vibe, and they also sent me the Pebble. And so the Air Vibe comes in this really cute little red case, so it has very discreet packaging, which I love, and these toys can be charged from the outside, so there's a little charging port here and you can just charge it within its case. But this is what the toy looks like on the inside. The Air Vibe is a dual stimulation G-spot and clit stimulation toy. So this toy, it has 5 vibration patterns, and it is incredibly powerful and incredibly amazing. Like, everybody needs this toy, I'm so serious. And then we also have the Pebble. I'm going to show you what this one looks like as well. So this is what the Pebble looks like, and this is also a suction toy, and it also operates as a vibrator, and it has an ergonomical design, so it's really comfortable to hold in your hand. I love that. It also has 5 vibration speeds. I'm obsessed with the fact that it has this adorable discreet packaging and it can be charged within the case. They also have discreet shipping materials, so no worries about your business being out there in the streets. Toys are also waterproof, so there's that. So be sure to check out all the toys on Bellesa's website. They have such a huge variety. These two are only a brief snapshot of the products that they offer. Bellesa is an incredible company. I'm really excited to be working with them, and I'm excited to be hosting this giveaway because it's a giveaway where everyone's going to be a winner. So all you have to do is click the link in my description below and put your email in, and you will be entered into the giveaway, and everyone that enters will receive either a gift card or a toy. And I'm so excited for you because these toys are incredible. They're so good. They're so good. I highly recommend it. Check Bellesa out at the link in my description below, and thank you so much to them for sponsoring this video. Alright, so hi y'all. Today we're doing a summer book haul. So I have gone a little bit bonkers and I've been buying a lot of books recently. So yeah, let me share with you guys the books that I have collected recently. There's quite a few of them in a lot of different genres, a lot of different vibes, so let's get into it. So the first 2 books that I'll tell you about, you may have seen them already in my summer TBR video, but they are Twisted Lies and Twisted Games by Anna Huang. These are book 2 and 4 in her Twisted series. I've already read Twisted Hate, and now I have read Twisted Games, which I absolutely love. This is my favorite in the series, and I'm in the middle of Twisted Lies. You cannot see them at all because the light is like so overexposed right now. Can you see them if I hold them back here? The Twisted Lies and Twisted Games. Twisted Lies is about this influencer girl named Stella, and she enters into a fake relationship with this like billionaire CEO guy named Christian Harper because she needs kind of the exposure. Like, as an influencer, she needs to have a partner so that she can kind of get more engagement on her social platforms, and Christian is just kind of obsessed with her, and he has a huge crush on her, and he lives in the same building as her, so they see each other a lot, and he just kind of jumps on this opportunity to get closer to her. And like, yeah, pretty much. So they have like a fake dating thing going on, and Christian's also a little bit of a stalker, so there's that. And then Twisted Games is like a modern royalty romance, and this is about a princess named Bridget. She's the princess of like this small fictional European country called Eldora, and this is about her and her bodyguard Reese falling in love, and I really enjoyed this one. I talk about this more in depth in a vlog that's going to be coming out at some point, but I really loved this romance a whole lot, and like, it was just so good. It was so good. I was so obsessed with it, so I had a great time, and I can't wait to get into Twisted Lies. I have already started it, but like, I'm not that deep into it. I think I maybe like 30 pages in, so it's still very early stages. But these are the first 2 books that I bought this summer because I wanted to treat myself for my birthday, so I bought these like a week or so before my birthday, and they were on sale. They were only like $10 each, so slay. On my birthday, I ended up going to New York with one of my best friends, Reagan, and so we went to a few different bookstores together. We went to the Strand, and we also went to this other bookstore called Rizzoli's, I think, and it was my first time ever going to Rizzoli's. It's a really nice bookstore that I had never heard of before, but it was very cute in there. The book I ended up picking up at Rizzoli's was Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood, and this was a little bit of a I don't really know what I was thinking pick, because I really enjoyed The Love Hypothesis. Despite the criticisms that people may have of that book, I enjoyed The Love Hypothesis. It was a fun time, and I tried to get into Love on the Brain, but I absolutely hated that book. I just thought it was goofy beyond enjoyment, and I really did not like it. So I don't really know what compelled me to pick this one up physically, but we're gonna have to see. So this one is about a physics professor named Elsie, and so Elsie is kind of living a little bit of a double life. She works as like an adjunct professor at, I think, MIT, but she also works as like a side hustle. She does this like fake girlfriend thing where people can hire her to like pretend to be their girlfriend at like family events and other social functions and things like that. But at one of these like fake girlfriend events that she's working, she ends up seeing this guy who's like, I want to say a department head or something at MIT, and he's like the only thing that's standing in between her getting a really good job. Like, she wants to get a tenured position. It's like a whole thing. I really like reading about professors. I do really enjoy that. That is something that speaks to me deeply. So I am excited to read this one, and I keep hearing that this is Ali Hazelwood's best book thus far. So we'll see how it goes. But like, yeah, I picked this one up. And then I got two books at the Strand. So I got A Master of Jinn by P. Djeli Clark. And A Master of Jinn is a follow-up to A Dead Jinn in Cairo by the same author, P. Djeli Clark. And this book is about a detective named Fatima. And Fatima, she works for the Ministry of Alchemy. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, the Ministry of Alchemy and Enchantments. And pretty much this version of Cairo is set in 1912, by the way. It kind of has like a sort of steampunk feeling to it, and there's kind of like this portal between a magical world and Cairo. And so Cairo is a city that is imbued with a lot of magic. A lot of magical creatures live there, and so with the magic that has flown into Cairo, Cairo has sort of advanced a lot beyond all of the other nations in the world. And so Fatima, she works at the Ministry of Alchemy, that's kind of keeping this balance between like the humans that live in Cairo and all of the magical mayhem that's kind of going on. I know this is kind of like a murder mystery fantasy, but I did really enjoy the first novella, and I did really love the main character Fatima, so I do want to read her full-length story and see what it's all about. So I did pick this up, and I got The Left Hand of Darkness by Ursula K. Le Guin. I have wanted to read a book by this author for a really long time, and she's just incredibly well regarded in like this sci-fi space as one of these like really canonical authors, so I definitely want to read this book and some of her other works eventually. So this one, I feel like I'm not 100% sure what it's about. I know that it's about a guy that is like a researcher, and he goes to a planet, and I think on this planet like homosexuality is sort of normal, but on his planet it's not. And so this is like a cultural exploration for him, and he's like writing a research paper or something about these people that he encounters. I think that's what it's about. We're gonna read the synopsis on the back and see how correct I was. Okay, a lone human ambassador is sent to an ice planet bound of winter, a world without sexual prejudice where the inhabitants' gender is fluid. His goal is to facilitate winter's inclusion in a growing intergalactic civilization, but to do so he must bridge the gulf between his own views and those of the strange, intriguing culture he encounters. Okay, I was like kind of right on the money. So yeah, I have heard much about this author, and so I want to read her work, and I don't know, it sounds kind of interesting. We'll see how it goes. So continuing on my huge spending spree for my birthday, I did get this book. Is called Kowloon Generic Romance. This is kind of a dystopian story about like the people who live in Kowloon. This girl, she works in a realty office, helping people find like apartments and stuff to live in, and this is a romance between her and her coworker, and that's what it is. I ended up picking this up because the cover was very compelling. I think the girl on it is really pretty. I liked her, and I picked the book up. So up next, I got Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. This one was a recommendation from my bestie. She has really loved this, and she hasn't been enjoying much romance this year. So the fact that she enjoyed this makes me know that it's a certified hit. And this is about two doctors. They work in the same like unit. I think they might both work in the ER maybe, and pretty much they kind of start out having some beef because the guy is like really socially awkward, and so he makes a really like bad impression on the female main character in the beginning of this book, and he ends up writing her letters to kind of set the record straight and let her know that he had no like ill intentions and he wants to be friends. And so they end up creating like this pen pal relationship, and they build like this really sweet friendship that turns into love. And I just really enjoy like a pen pal aspect in a book, so I'm excited to see how that's going to play out in this particular book. I'm compelled by it, and I hear that it's just a very sweet, very soft romance, so I'm excited to see if I'm gonna end up falling in love with this particular guy, because I think his name's Jacob, and I hear that he's like the cinnamon roll hero that everybody needs and wants in their life, so I'm gonna check it out. Right, so I also got My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante, and this is like a literary fiction. It's kind of giving like modern classic vibes. Everybody absolutely adores this. This book also has an adaptation on HBO, I think, and so I have just heard nothing but really amazing things about this. And this is like, okay, so about these two girls from Naples, and they have grown up together their whole lives, and this is about like their lifelong friendship and kind of the trials and tribulations of their lives and how their lives have intersected through this friendship. And so it just sounds like one of those really like touching, emotionally moving stories, and I can't wait to read it. So I did end up picking this up in DC while I was with my bestie Erin, because it just felt like the right pick for a bestie trip, you know? Another direct recommendation from Erin. So she recommended me The Stars Undying. This is a sci-fi space opera, and it's also a Antony and Cleopatra retelling, and we're following a girl named Altagracia, and she is like the leader of this space civilization that is sort of being colonized by another space group. And so she sort of teams up with the leaders of that invasion and creates like an alliance with them. And so this is also a poly story, so it's going to be like the Cleopatra figure with Antony and Caesar. So yeah, I'm excited about it. I just love this blurb from Casey McQuiston where they say, dazzling, transportative, boundless, precise, and it dares to ask, what if Mark Antony was the hottest butch girl in space? Something about that is so iconic to me, so I just can't wait to pick this up. I think it'll be a hit. Alright, and the final book that I got on my DC trip was this hardcover of The Grace of Kings, which I got from a used bookstore called Capitol Hill Books. From what I'm gathering, this story seems to be about two people who are from wildly different backgrounds. One of them is a bandit, and the other one comes from like a renowned lineage of like war generals. And anyway, they both end up kind of banding together, becoming friends, and leading this revolution against this tyrannical king in their like empire island nation. So yeah, this is like one of those like war stories, and I've just heard nothing but really amazing things about the Dandelion Dynasty. I think it's like a 4-book series, I believe, maybe 5 books, I don't know. But it is kind of intimidating to me. This is a thick book, but it just seems like it'll be a good time, and I couldn't resist picking this up, especially because I don't think that they sell this book in hardcover anymore. I think the hardcover is out of print, so it was just like, it was a perfect gem. Had to pick it up. So those are all the books that I ended up purchasing on my birthday spending spree, and then I did actually get a few books sent to me, so let me show you those. So the first book that I got sent to me was Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, one of the most hyped books of the year. And this book was sent to me by one of my followers over on Instagram, Noah, so thank you to them. But yeah, so this is like new adult dragon fantasy about this girl Violet, and she ends up going to this like cadet academy that trains people in how to be dragon riders. It has like a school setting. I do tend to enjoy fantasies that have like a school setting or like a training arc for the characters, so I'm excited to pick this up. Hopefully I'm gonna love it as much as everyone else does, and yeah, so thank you to Noah for sending this my way. Okay. Then I got a bunch of manga sent to me by Yen Press, so thank you to them. A lot of these I don't know what they're about at all, so we're gonna find out together, besties. I just opened the box today, but I do know what this one is. So this is Business Proposal, and Business Proposal is like a manhwa that was recently turned into a Netflix series, and I have watched Business Proposal and I really like this. Very cute. So it's about this girl named Hari Shan. Hari is on hard times, like she's in a lot of debt, and she she's working this job that, you know, she enjoys, but it's not necessarily paying all the bills. She's not having the best luck in her love life, and things are just a little bit of a mess. So she has this friend, and her friend is like kind of being pressured to go on this like blind date by her family. And so her and Hari have this conversation, and she tells Hari that if Hari goes on the date for her, she will give Hari a bunch of money because she's like a super rich friend. And so this is about Hari ended up going on this date with the guy, and then come to find out the guy that she goes on this date with is actually the new CEO for this company that she works for. And so it's just a whole mess of her trying to juggle these two separate identities. So it's a very silly, very funny, like romantic comedy. So I got this one, and then I got a bunch of other stuff too, so let's see. Okay, so then I got, which is called I Don't Know Which Is Love by Takamushi Aku, and this book is a like sapphic manga, which is cute. So this is about this girl. She basically tries to confess her love for her crush, and her crush is not really feeling it. And then all of a sudden, all of these like potential paramours come out of the woodwork, and a lot of people are interested in her, and now she's like, I don't know who to pick. So this sort of like harem romance thing going on, and it seems cute. Like, it looks adorable. I love a good high school romance manga, so I will be checking it out. Okay, so then this next one that they sent me is called Bloody Sweet, and this is about like a vampire guy, and he ends up kind of becoming obsessed with this girl, and he wants to suck her blood and all that good stuff, but she's kind of going through a hard time. So in exchange for her blood, he basically is her like emotional support animal, and he's trying to make her happy and make her smile. Like, I'm not really sure. That's kind of what the vibe of the synopsis gives, so I will be checking it out. Like, it seems fun. It seems a little silly, but yeah, I enjoy the little red string of fate thing that's going on here while she's like leading him by this leash that slays a little bit. So yeah, this next one is called Manner of Death, and this is like a murder mystery manga, and this one is about this coroner, and he's investigating, or he's doing a routine autopsy on a body, and they believed it was a suicide, but he thinks that actually there was foul play involved. The evidence points towards this particular person named Tan, and then Tan says, oh, it wasn't actually me, but I can help you solve the crime and figure out who it actually was. And so this is like a murder mystery thing between these two characters, Dr. Bonuket and Tan. Alright, they also sent me this, which is kind of, it's like pretty thick for a manga, so I want to see if it's actually like a light novel or if it's a manga. Let's open her up, because it's in the plastic, because it's 18 and up, you guys. So there are like some illustrations in it, but it's not a manga. It is a light novel, and this is about a brave knight. He dies in a battle, and his memories are like reincarnated in a young boy that is born like the day after he dies. And so this is kind of about that young boy living his life and sort of uncovering like this entire epic love story that the knight had with this royal person, with like the king's younger brother. And so there was like this epic romance between them, and like we're finding out how that story unfolded through this other person's eyes, which sounds kind of interesting. So I got this one. This one is called You Can Have My Back, and it is by Minami Katsuna. So we got this one. This summer Hikaru died, and this is pretty much about this boy. He kind of goes missing, he comes back, and he comes back different, and so his friend does not believe that it's actually him, and so it kind of has like a changeling vibe to it. I'm excited to read this one. Like, it seems like it's going to be kind of spooky, and I love when manga's a little bit spooky, a little bit creepy, and a little bit unsettling, so I'm excited to read this one. And I think it'll be perfect for spooky season, so I might save it for like October, September maybe, but like, yeah. And I did get one other like novel from them, and this one is called How to Win Her Heart on the Nth Try. It's about this woman. She's in her 30s. She hasn't had much luck in love, and so she ends up reconnecting with her childhood friend, and her childhood friend has basically had feelings for her this entire time that he's been hiding. Thank you to Yen Press for all the goodies, and I do have a few other books that I still need to show you. I told y'all it was a lot. Okay, so we've got The Three of Us by Ore Agbaje Williams, and so this is a really short novel. It's 175 pages, so it doesn't even clock in at 200 pages. It's a very short novel. It's pretty much about the woman's husband and the woman's best friend like sort of hating each other and vying for the woman's attention, and it sounds like it's going to be interesting. I can't tell like what exactly the vibe is. for this book, but it sounds interesting, so I want to give it a shot, and I love a short book. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it'll be a lot of mess and a lot of drama, and hopefully I'm gonna love it. Okay, so then I got Psyche and Arrows by Luna McNamara. And so this is about Aphrodite's son, Eros, and he is sent to basically punish this girl Psyche because she has done something to anger his mother Aphrodite, and he ends up falling in love with her, actually. So one of the main things about their myth is that they fall in love and they are together and they get married, but she cannot look upon his face, and if she does, it will cause like irreparable damage to their relationship. And so there's kind of like these obstacles in the way of their love, but they are also madly and passionately in love. And the synopsis says that this follows like their relationship as the Trojan War begins, and as, you know, they defy the will of Olympus and all this other stuff. So I'm just happy to see someone coming out with mythological retellings that is not just about Hades and Persephone. Like, I'm so excited about it. So God bless this author for that alone, even if the book's not good. But hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going to be amazing. So then I got The Adult by Bronwyn Fisher, and this book is a coming-of-age story about a young college freshman, and she's living on campus, and pretty much she ends up meeting this older woman, and they start this kind of all-consuming love affair. And this is about the sort of insidious and obsessive nature of that relationship and how it's going to affect this young woman. And I like reading about love that is a little twisted and like obsessive, and so I'm interested to see what this author's take is going to be on this particular relationship. So then I also have and this is the final book that I have to haul for you guys today, The Will of the Many by James Islington. And this book is giving me a really strong Red Rising vibe, but don't tell anybody I said that. So this is pretty much about a character who is going into this like elite academy, and he is trying to ingratiate himself in this society, and he's pretty much lying about his identity. He's trying to get on the inside of this society so he can find out who killed, I don't know if it's his family or who it is, but it says like, I've been sent to the academy to find answers, to solve a murder, to search for an ancient weapon, to uncover secrets that may tear the Republic apart. I will never cede my will to the empire that executed my family. So yeah, it's about him like going undercover in this society and trying to pretty much get justice and revenge for himself, and also find answers for what has gone on that has caused his family to be murdered, pretty much. So yeah, I don't know, it's giving me a little bit of a Red Rising vibe, especially because it has like the Greco-Roman aesthetics to it. And maybe Red Rising is just top of mind because Lightbringer has just come out, but it's just all I'm thinking about. But I really like Red Rising, so hopefully I'm really gonna like this. Okay, my beautiful friends, so that's all the books that I've hauled recently. It's a whole lot of them. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this haul. I need to stop spending money. My credit card is crying out for help at the moment. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in my next one. Bye, you guys.